Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Football Heritage TV. It is Wednesday, and the days until we play are slowly but surely just chipping away. It feels like forever, doesn't it? 19-day breaks are not the one in the middle of a season. I think the Premier League, the FIFA, the FA, whoever need to look at this. 19-day breaks. Hey, but Tottenham Hotspur, we will be playing in 8 days' time against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, where we've got a immaculate record. Maybe not. Good morning. Just not going to go on forever today. Just wanted to have a little chat. There's been a very, very good interview that's gone on that we're going to talk about. Jed Spence. I thought it was quite for anyone that's not seen it, hopefully let me know in the chat if you have seen it. I thought it was quite a tough watch, if I'm honest. He's a man of very few words. I don't know whether it was a shy personality, almost bordering on, I wouldn't say arrogance, but it just felt like he didn't want to be there. But he was there and he did answer a lot of things in an hour. And we're going to discuss some of them as we move on. Let's say hello to a few people, shall we? As always, smash that like button as you enter the building. Only 19 likes. Come on, people. We know how bad that is. 19 likes. 19 is not good enough. We're only 80 subscribers, by the way, 80 subscribers away from 17,000. So for anyone that hasn't subscribed, please do. Who we got in the chat? Vinny Rowley, big up to you. Big up to Aussie Ange Hater. How we doing? Yeah, Gareth Bale. Players like that. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We don't do that. Finn Rickwood is in the house. Good morning, Finn. How you doing, brother? Good morning to Philly, the brother from another mother. Ben Kaufman, the mod father. I will be seeing you tomorrow night, sir. Will be the first time I think we're meeting in person at Leyton Orient. We'll go down to the O's for a little bit of League One action. Leyton Orient versus Stevenage. Is that a derby? Close enough. Derby. Big up everyone, says Jimmy. Big up to you. Mike Pepper's in the house. Mark Taylor, good morning to you. Good morning to Dan Harris. Said, feel like you and I are the minority who actually realised Madders is our best player a long time ago. I've always said it, Daniel. I've always said it, Dan. Maddison is our best player. Criminally used in the wrong position. Criminally underused. And criminally blamed by most of our fan base for everything. Every game where we don't, we're Maddison today. Don't worry about the others. But big up to you. Good morning, Dan. Good morning to Hollywood Phil. Good morning to PH Family. Good morning to Rinketic. Spotlight on Spurs. Why have I highlighted Spotlight on Spurs? Well, I'll tell you why I've highlighted Spotlight on Spurs. I will be live with Spotlight on Spurs tonight. So myself and Luke, a really nice young man, new channel. He's got a new channel called Spotlight on Spurs. He's got very different views to me, probably to some of you. He's going to be joining us tonight at 7 p.m. Luke and I are going to be talking tonight, 7 p.m. There's going to be a lot of differences of opinions, but we're just going to have a good chat. I'm going to ask, there's nearly 100 of you in already and we're growing, right? There is his link, right? I'll tell you what, people. He's just started his channel. I believe his first show on his new channel goes live tomorrow night. And that'll be with George, another fantastic content creator, Do-Rag Diaries. Please show some love. Please. Let me tell you something, guys and girls. I know when you get to 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, you kind of take it for granted a little bit and you forget all the hard work you had to plug in at the beginning. And that first 100, that first 1,000 is really, really tough, like really, really tough. So there is the link. Guys, this is the link. I'm not taking a piss, but let's see what we can do for Luke. He's a quality young man. He's currently sitting on 12 subscribers. He only started his channel the other day. He's got his first show tomorrow. Let's get that to 60, 70 subscribers immediately. Let's actually show that we can be a community for once. All the slagging each other off and all that nonsense. Let's show some love. Let's show some support to each other. So I'm going to be monitoring that. And if anybody, you don't even need to leave this page to do it. And we've already got him up to 20 subscribers from 12. I want to see that get into over 50 at least. Come on. 31 of you. Can 31 of you right now, please give the guy some love. He's got some very different views to myself, but it keeps the world turning. If we all have the same view, how shit would it be? How boring would this YouTube space be if we try to police each other and we try and tell each other what our opinion has to be? I might disagree with him, loads of other people, but it's needed. I want those conversations. So please, 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 get over there, smash that button. We've got him up to 26. We've doubled it already. Let's get that to 50, 24 more of you. Come on, people, show the love. And Luke's going to be live with me tonight at 7 p.m. And the title of that show, believe it or not, is Same Club, Different Views. That's the title of the show tonight. So big up to you, Luke. Good morning to you. And I'll see you tonight. But I might be nice to you right now, Luke. When we're having a debate, it might not be that way. Just kidding. So big up to you. Thank you, everybody in my channel. It goes a long way to show a little bit of love, doesn't it? It really, really does go a long way to show a tiny, tiny bit of love to everybody, to the community. It doesn't always have to be horrible. Okay, Luke, is this your... Okay, so you got your personal account and your channel. Big up to you, man. Listen, I'm not going to start. Listen, I want to get this to 50. I want to get this to 50 because if we can get someone to their first 50 when they haven't even done their first live show, that's amazing, isn't it? So we need 19 more subscribers. We'll come back to that in a minute. Let's go to the Jed Spence interview. And good morning to absolutely everybody else. Good morning to my man, Phil. Good morning to John Fitzpatrick. Good morning to Gasigo, who said he was too young to watch Ledley King. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Class. Absolutely class. Just how good was he and how would he get along? He'd be the best centre-back in the Premier League. He was, I mean, listen, I'm sure some of the other people of my age and older, whatever, will agree. He was absolutely sensational. He was superb in the block, in the tackle, up there. He was deceptively quick as well. Didn't look the quickest, but he was deceptively quick, marking, heading, leader. Didn't even try. The guy was absolutely superb. That's why when people talk to me now about, is Romero world class? Is Van der Ven? No, and more no. This guy was world class. And I'll be honest, I think twofold. Had he have not had the injuries, I think he would have gone on to play for England a lot more. But had he had not had the injuries, I think he would have gone on to leave Spurs like Bale did, like Modric did, like Kane has. I think he would have gone to leave Spurs. What a player Ledley King was. Just a class act. And I'm sorry that you never got to see him play, but top guy, top captain, top leader, top footballer, just absolutely superb player. There's nothing like it now. Talking of that, let's go into quickly. Let's go quickly. A few people are giving their thoughts actually on this. Let's have a look. Mark Sheriff with a B-Tech Gary Mabbott. I love Mark. I truly love Mark. Yeah, Gary Mabbott, class act, by the way. Real class act, Gary Mabbott. I don't think he was technically the player of Ledley King, but this man was a leader just in every sense of the word. Yes, the animal said almost a week before we see Angeball again. Gemma Elvidge, good morning. Well, depending where you are, good morning to you. Said, hi, Savva, long-time watcher, only just subscribed. Thanks for the great content. Any words on Super Jan retiring? Got a bit of a centre-back theme going on, have we, today? Your favourite ever player? Keep doing what you do. Look, Jan was Listen, Jan, for me, was a really good centre-back. who he was almost elevated, and his skill set almost shone through even more when Toby Alderweireld joined. And him and Toby Alderweireld had a relationship for years past at Ajax. So they played together growing up. And you could see it. They were sensational together. I preferred Toby, but Jan was brilliant. And the partnership together for me was just brilliant. At one point, I think we had the best defense in Europe for a year or two. Just a quality player, could play left back as well. Wonderful left foot. Again, not the quickest, but up there, was very good. Top player. Again, top player. Compare him to the centre-backs we've got now. Just class. So, yeah, so big up to you. Thank you for that. We're going to get to this, Callie. We're going to get to this. Yeah, Spence did struggle. I'm going to save that comment because we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to get it. Yeah, Dawson was a good centre-back. I think Dawson was made probably to look better by having King alongside him. But what you got with Michael Dawson was every game, he was a leader. He was a captain. He wanted to be in that Spurs shirt. Talking about centre-backs, big up to, I'm guessing Marlon. It's not normally Ash. Let's see which one of them it is. They're not allowed to be in the same room at the same time. So it could be, I think it's Marlon. So you know what's funny? Did you see Soul on the overlap? And Ian Wright mentioned Ledley. That's how good he was. Everyone who talks about Ledley King tells you how good he was. John saying world class, fast, strong, great on the ball. What a leader. Yeah, absolutely superb. Luke said Thierry Henry said he was the best he played against. Enough said on King. He would have been at, but he would not have been at Spurs all those years if it wasn't for the injuries. I know that sounds horrible, but he just wouldn't have. Chris has said ex-players part of the problem at this club, Savva. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Absolutely, Kerry. When Ledley played, it was like, don't worry, Ledley's there. Don't worry, we've got Ledley. To be honest, I know people don't want to hear it, but Sol Campbell was the same. Top world-class centre-half as well. Sorry, I know people don't like him, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, Marianne's not. I don't even put the two in the same sentence. To be honest, I don't think that he's just anywhere near what Ledley King was or will ever be. By the way, guys and girls, let's have a second little flurry. For anyone that hasn't, please subscribe to Luke's channel. We got him to 31. I want to get this to 50. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Please, let's get him to 50. We're 18 away from getting him to 50. Imagine how great that would make him feel as a creator if we get him to 50 as he's going into his first show tomorrow night with George. So big up to George as well, who made the introduction. Savva, who do you think King would have gone to? United? Madrid, Barcelona. I think he was that good. He was absolutely sensational. Big up to the two marks. Said, please, Savva, Ledley, Romero. Listen, I agree. Garav asking about the FA Cup predictions. I don't know, to be honest. All I know is I want someone that's not Man City to win it. Where's my boy David? Is my boy David in here? Did I miss David? Where is he? Where is my favourite Irish Hotspur? Where is he? Big up Jack. Sorry, I just meant as in the channel. Is David there? Or is he just talking about him? I can't see David's comment. My bad. Sorry, David, if you are there. Good morning to you. Got a lot of love, a lot of time for Dave. Shane has said, I usually agree with most you say, mate, but every time you talk about Dawson in glowing terms, I can't have it. Yes, he had heart and fight, but my God, he was painful. Oh, painful. Listen, I don't talk about him in glowing terms. I just think he was a solid Premier League centre-back who gave his all. When you say he was painful, I each to their own, mate. I can't have that. I can't have that. Liston said, good morning to you, Liston. When Basuma leaves, I won't shed any tears. I want to see Basuma play for a proper coach. That's what I want to say. I think this manager, without going too deep about Ange, this manager plays him all wrong. I want the Basuma we saw at Brighton. Maybe we'll never see it, but I want to see the Basuma we saw at Brighton. And you tight people, there's nearly 200 of you in here. Come on, nearly 200 of you in here. Can we get 15 more people sub to my boy Luke? Come on, let's get that to 50 and then I'll shut up about it. Oh my God, it was horrendous. Oh my God, it was Romero all over. It was Romero all over. This is why top players don't do what he did yesterday. And it's not the first time we've seen him do it. Has everybody seen the error that Romero made last night for the Brazil goal? Just unforced, not needed, nonchalant football for me. Just poor. Great news about Romero. Get this guy moved on. All he cares about is playing for Argentina. Anything north of 40, I would bite your hand off. Listen, I think you can get 60 million for him. I think if he's going to go to Atletico Madrid, I think he would suit them. I think that Simeone would whip him into shape. Sorry. 8 pints of water a day, so I've got to make sure I'm getting that water in. I think Simeone would whip him into shape or not play him. At Spurs, he just plays come rain nor shine. Doesn't matter what mistakes he makes. While he was out injured, everybody talked about him as though he was Ledley King, as though he was Rio Ferdinand. When this guy comes back, what? When this guy comes back, what? Nothing's changed. But it is what it is. Where are we? Yeah, I've seen it, mate. I've seen it. I think it would be good for both parties. So Romero's focus is terrible. Again, top players are switched on. This guy is not switched on. I've argued and debated this with so many for years. This isn't new. It's like when people are praising him, they seem to just overlook all of these traits that he has, which aren't great. All of these traits. Big up to Video Complete. Sofiane, very, very generous, has said, Savva, your thoughts on Motta and would you take him? My thoughts on Motta. I feel like, listen, I mean, he lost 3 games all season and got sacked. Too many draws. Sets up a team well. Does he set them up to win enough games? Don't know. Would I take him? I'd take you over Ange. So, yes, I would absolutely take him. Is he anywhere near the top of my list? No. Would I take him? Yes. I just don't want this manager, as you very well know. But big up to you, Video Complete. That's very, very generous of you. And the Aussie Ange hater has given 1 Football Heritage TV membership, and that membership went to PH Family. So big up to you, Aussie Ange hater, and big up to you, PH Family. If anyone would like to become a member, please let me know. I can get you the link. Yeah, I've seen him linked with Villa and Palace. I think you watch what a good manager like Glasner or Emery will do with this guy. You watch. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm just going to say it. Just going to leave that lingering in the ether. I think that he'll do very, very well. I just hate how he's played. He is a box-to-box midfielder that wants to get the ball on the turn and drive and beat the press. He is a guy that drives you up the pitch. He is not a passer of the ball. He is not a number 6. But we keep judging him on those metrics. D&B forever. Oh, yes. I mean, yeah, look, Roberts, Mabbott, look, listen, there's been loads of top centre-halves that Tottenham have had, which is why I've never, ever bought into this hype for Christian Romero. No, I'm not having these excuses. These excuses. Nah. He's been back from injury for 3 weeks now, 3.5 weeks. No. Look, he made awful mistakes against Bournemouth, right? He made awful mistakes last night. He's made awful mistakes all season when he played. I just don't know why we're not allowed to say the truth. Phil, no offense, my man. You've been wrong all year about Spurs. I'm just saying you've backed Romero for years and years and years. I just don't think he's as good as you think he is. Yet, he's never going to be at the level of those players. He is never going to be at the level of those players. Look, I disagree, because when Romero goes, you're going to have to buy another centre-half in. You're going to have to. You're going to have numbers of centre-halves. I'd be interested to see, with a better manager, what a partnership of Danso and Dragusin would do. I think they defend properly. They just defend. Yeah, you might lose a bit of bringing the ball out, but Listen, I don't mind if Romero goes. I've never minded. I've never thought he's brilliant. He's been part of some terrible defensive teams at Spurs. He makes mistakes week in, week out, and everyone still gasses him up. Let's move that on then to the Jed Spence, the Jed Spence interview. Isn't it funny that when Jed Spence was asked about Chris, no. I mean, I'm judging. I'm judging certain players by that, and some not. And what I mean by that is, I've always said this, for example, about Romero. I've always said about Romero that I don't think he's that great. But we don't get rid of 85% of this squad, Matt. We don't. No, why would you get rid of eight? No one gets rid of 85% of their squad. I mean, 85% of 25. So you want to keep 3 players, 3.7 players is what you want to keep. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, listen, as I said, he's a decent, if he stays, he stays. If he goes, yeah, I don't care. I've never watched him and gone, I feel really comfortable with you at the back. I've never had this about him. I've never watched him and seen this confidence that people go, oh, he's brilliant. I mean, look at last night was utterly dreadful defending. And look how people like Phil Coys just go, yeah, just a bad mistake. But it's always those mistakes. When that happens all the time, surely that's not one bad mistake, is it? That's the way he plays. I don't care that much. I don't see what he does that everyone raves about. I think it's a sexy name, and I think because he's won the World Cup, people go in raptures about him. But not for me. Big up Terry O'Shea. So when we got no European football, I can't see us getting another centre half, and we'll have VDV, Dragusin, Danso. Well, listen, if we don't have Europe and you've got VDV, Dragusin, Danso, and then you've got Phillips and Vuskovic coming through, you don't need another centre half. I'm just putting it out there. If you've got no Europe, you can play with those 3 and the 2 kids. You can play with those 5, can't you? All day, every day, and a month of Sundays. I would love Guehi. I think Guehi is the ultimate professional. Gets on with his job, plays well, good in the tackle. I never see him making these glaring mistakes. He's not rash. He doesn't go jumping into midfield to kick people. I'd take Guehi all day long. Big up to Shazab, who said, hi, Savva. I have to stay for a bit while at work because I love your shows. Just want to ask, when is it going to end? Well, not anytime soon. I think we can get that thought out of our heads. It's not going to end anytime soon. Thank you very much as well, by the way, for the 4 new subscribers this morning. We are now only 77 away from 17K. We're trying to get there. It's been a long old slog. Thank you to those who have subscribed to Luke. He's on 36. We need 14 more to get him to the 50. Come on. One last plug. Come on, guys. There's the link. There's 250 of you in here. There's the link that I've just put in. Luke is a brand new content creator who's doing a show with me on my channel tonight at 7 p.m. He's got his first ever show on his channel tomorrow. And it would be great if we can get him to the first 50. It is very, very much hard work. So please, there is the link. I've just put it in the chat. Look, there it is. All I need is 14 of you to just go over and smash that subscribe button to show him some love. The more people that subscribe, it starts putting his algorithm around YouTube, so people start to get to see him. And he's a very, very, very nice guy as well to boot. So we're now at 40. If we can get 10 more, big up to you. Big up to DMB forever. Big up Dan Skyline. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Big up. Good morning to Kate, who said, till Ange goes, you will have stress and the Barry White voice will stay. Oh, yeah, Philly, get well soon, my man. Get well soon. Terry said, I can see a deal for Tomori. We did somehow get a centre back. I'll take Tomori all day long. I'll take Tomori all day long. I don't need the biggest names, the sexiest players. I just want defenders that want to be here and that want to keep playing. That's all I want. That's all I want. Is centre backs that want to be here, that want to play, that want to defend. Yeah, me neither, Philly. Me neither, my man. Where are we? Yeah, at the moment we haven't got any top players to replace, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, look, Terry, I think it's interesting, isn't it? You know, when you talk about if we don't have Europe next year, the only way we have Europe next year is to win the Europa League. If we don't do that, we then have to ask the question about how big can the squad be? For example, I did a video about this the other day. You're going to have Son on the left, Yang who can play on the left, Odegaard who can play on the left, Solomon, Hill, right? Mikey Moore. You've got 6 players who can all play on the left in a squad that's going to be playing once a week. You can't have it. You know, you can't have it. You don't need 5 to 6 centre mids if you're playing once a week. You know, you don't need 15 defenders, you know. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And that's why he's got to win the Europa League. He's got to. He's got to. It will be catastrophic if we're not in Europe next year for me. At the same time, I don't think it will be the worst thing that happens to us. I'm torn on this one. I'm torn. But as you guys know, I don't do this whole excuse thing. I don't do this whole excuse that loads of other people do. We played twice a week, right? That's what you wanted. That's why you wanted to get into Europe, right? To play twice a week. You can't have a target in life, get that target, and then complain about it. It's just not the way it works, is it? Where are we? Matt said we need a centre-back, a left-back, a DM, a centre-mid-8, at least one winger, another striker. That's just for the starting 11. I mean, do we? I don't, as I said, I don't think we do. If you get a proper coaching, so you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You think we need 6 new players in the first 11. I can't see it happening. I don't think we do. And I think if you had 2 or 3 better players with a manager that's got a system, I don't think you do. So we're going to disagree as always, Matt. Danny said, a lot of other YouTubers say Romero is our only world-class player and playing the medical team. I've not... I'll ask this question, Danny. Have you ever watched him and gone, wow, you're world-class? I simply haven't. I never have. I've watched him and gone, good game, done well today. And then I've watched him and gone, this guy's awful. I don't know what this whole world-class word being bandied about is. Kudos, a good solution to having to replace top players is not having top players. Yeah. Hey, less to be said, the better. Big up to Rinketic. Big up to him as well. There's his channel. If any of you want to subscribe, it's something slightly different. Rinketic will let you know in the chat. Let's see how we're getting on with my man Luke. 45 subscribers. 5 more. 5 more, which will make it 40 for the morning. Come on. 5 more. Kudos. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what makes me laugh. The same fans that want this manager are the same fans going, we need a 6. Yeah, your manager said he don't play with a 6. Oh, but. Oh, you've got to laugh. Queen Yang in QPR is playing a struggling team, so nothing new if he stayed with us. My hubby supports QPR and his cousin. They all saw Raw. Yeah. My mate's got a season to get a QPR. He said that he's talented, but nowhere near ready for Tottenham. That is what he said, and I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I've not seen enough of him, but I'm guessing again though. Ellie, do you remember when he came over before he went to QPR and with all these people going, this guy, he's going to come straight in. We're getting him in early. He's getting straight in the first team. And it never quite happened, did it? Big up to my man, Elijah. How we doing, bro? How you doing, buddy? Big up to you as well. Matt said, why do you always disagree with me? I don't, because you're saying that this first 11 needs 6 new players. I don't believe it does. It needs coaching. It needs coaching. We need a partner for VDV. Well, at the moment, we've got partners for VDV, so that's not true. A left back like Kirkes, a 6, your manager doesn't play with one, an 8 to play with Madders. Sure, I'd like a new 8. Yeah. A winger to replace Johnson. Yes. And a striker to replace or complete with Solanke. I just can't see that unless Richarlison goes for good money, we're going to buy another striker. Look, I agree with half of what you said, Matt, but you also said we need to get rid of 85% of a 25-man squad. That means you would be keeping 4 players, I believe. 4 players. Like, that's absolutely mad. I think that's absolutely crazy. What that is, it's a justification for how poor the manager is you support. That's what that is. Oh, it can't be the manager. We need to get rid of 21 of the 25-man squad. Oh, come on. Come on. Good morning to Lee. Good morning, Sav. Would you accept 70 million for Romero all day long? Would you accept 40 million? I'd accept 10 million for Bentancur. For me, a wildly overrated player. I think he's okay. I think he's decent. But if you're starting to talk to me about 40 million, it's the same old caveat, Lee. Do I trust our scouts to go and get top midfielders or better midfielders? No. But at the same time, I just don't think Bentancur's that good. Bentancur, for me, turns up every now and then against crap teams and people go, oh, Bentancur. And then for 5 games, it's like, don't notice him playing. DMB forever. We agree on this. Our number 1 priority is a new manager. I completely agree with you. Good morning. When the Spurs go marching in. Good morning, Savva. I hope you're well. For me, I think we need some experience in this window. Amen. Want to see some established players that can lead this team and push our kids to get better. Amen again. I think we need a couple of seasoned pros. As I've said before, I'm not saying about this player. We need a John McGinn type. Aged, experienced, powerful, strong, doesn't miss many games, a leader. That's what we need. Someone like that. We need to find that. Big up to Ben. So we cannot replace experienced players with more kids. We need leaders. There's a bit of a theme going on. Big up to you, Benjamin. We need leaders and experience to shepherd the kids through games. I agree. Completely agree with you. Kate, can't believe that Levy hasn't sacked him yet. It will hurt our transfer budget with Levy. What chairman would let us go to 14th and no Europe? We still can get Europe. Listen, we're in the Europa League. There's a chance. Do I think we'll win it? No. Can we win it? Yes. So let's see. Absolutely, they've had a better last decade. They've won the league and an FA Cup. They've had a much better decade. Danny has said their opinion is based on him winning the World Cup and 2 Copa Americas. Funny enough, they said he's the best passer in the team. Wonder if they watched him last night. He was dreadful. It was just absolutely dreadful. The leftovers here, I see a player in Yang more than Johnson. Sure, I'm not doubting that. I've always said the same thing about Brennan Johnson. I think he's a terrible footballer, but he gets goals. And all the while he's getting goals in a game, brilliant. When he's not, it's like playing with 10 men. Stav, big up to you, has said, no manager in world football plays 2 inverted fullbacks. Preach, Stav, preach. Who are wing backs by trade, yet with no DM as well. Yeah, listen, I've called this for 18, 20 months now. I've not changed my mind in any of this time. I know some people don't want to play, don't want to talk tactics, but you have to. We're at the elite level of football now. We're at the elite level of football. Let's have a look if we're at the elite level of likes. 99 likes. Let's get that to 150. Come on, people. And let's see if we can set a little target. All right, here we go. 16,922. Okay, 78 away. Can we get that to 16,930? And thank you to everyone who has subscribed to... Oh, hang on. No, don't do that, Richard. Everyone that has subscribed to Luke, we've got him to 46. 4 more people for Luke. 4 more. That's all we need to get him to 50. That'd be amazing. Yeah, Phil. Yeah, it makes you laugh when he's like, we need to get rid of 85%. What? Why? Why do we need to get rid of 85% of our squad? Savva, if I lived on a boat and I lived on land, would we drift apart? I love you so much, Bryce. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I love you so much. Jimmy, yeah, I don't think he was that great before them. Just me. I always thought he was, if we're talking about Bentancur, I always thought he was a bit meh. I think certain games, I remember there was a game against Leeds that he stood out and ran the game. and then you don't see him against the better teams. He's a decent player. He's decent. There's no problem with him. I just don't ever go like, there's so many of these players that I was told that when they come back from injury, when Bentancur's back, look how good our midfield will be. When Romero's back, look how good our defence will be. When Adogi's back, when Vicario's back, when Maddison's back, when Son's back, when Solanke's back, these players are back. These players are back, and we still look whack. That should be on a T-shirt. Good morning to Sophie. Hope you're well, Sophie. Good morning to you. Lucas said, Savva, sounds like you described Højbjerg. I think a Højbjerg with more mobility. I think we need a bit more mobility. And what I like, as I said, what I've always liked about a John McGinn, he can get up and back. He's got a very good engine on him. I think, again, more mobility. Henderson 5 years ago, sure. Not now. We're not Thomas Tuchel, are we? I agree, Ben. If we're talking Brennan Johnson, I don't think he's a good player, but he can be useful in the box. I agree. I agree. But isn't it funny, Ben, how we always come back to that word, coach, coaching, coach. Yeah, I agree with you. I completely agree with you. I have to agree with you, Ben, because I'm seeing you tomorrow night. So I want you to be nice to me. Big up to you. By the way, yeah, Ben, myself, Lubo, I think a few others. We're going down to Leighton Orient versus Stevenage tomorrow. So that should be very, very interesting. Thank you very much to everyone who has subscribed this morning, to everybody that has. Please subscribe to all the Spurs channels, man. Come on. It's good to have different points of views. Hiram, well, it must be true. If you saw a report, it must be true. Good morning, Kelsey. Phil, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Those bozo moments are too often. Top centre-halves don't do that. You think he's a top centre-half. Bozo moments like that, I don't see Virgil van Dijk doing this week in, week out. I just don't. Elijah, here's what I would say. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you are well. Please get over and subscribe to Elijah as well. So does anyone think that inverted fullbacks are slowly going out of style? Do you know what, Elijah? I think that everyone's tried to do it now and it's lost its edge. Do you know what I mean? I think that when people first started to do it, like, for example, when you first started seeing people like Guardiola doing it with Philip Lahm, things like that, you know, at Bayern Munich. It's new, it's exciting, and you know, now everyone's doing it. It's like, oh, this again. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, everyone's going to invert. The worst thing for me, Elijah, is that we invert both. That's just inverting both is just mad. Matt, I don't bury my head in the sand. I consider reality our squad is poor. No top or half top team would be after 80. It's just too much. 85%. Matt, do you know why no one takes it seriously, your comments? Rather than saying, you know what, I think we need to get rid of 9 to 10 players from this squad, you want to get rid of 21. It's just ridiculous. Sure, I think if he's got leaders to lead him, I don't think he's the leader. That's the difference for me. Exactly. Absolutely. Philly said, you're always welcome, Elijah. Elijah, you're always welcome. Of course. Who has said, where did you say you're not, Elijah? Maybe I've got the wrong end, but you're always welcome here. Maybe Phil's talking about his channel, so I'll just butt out and move on. I'll tell you a player I wanted. I wanted Kone from Roma. I mean, when he went in the summer, he was like 20 million, weren't he? I'll tell you what, let's have a look. Is it Manu Kone, isn't it? Manu Kone. Oh, Manu Kone of Roma. I spelt it wrong, and they still know what I was talking about. Manu Kone of Roma. Who's Cuadio Emmanuel Boris Kone. That's a name and a half. So when he went, let's have a look what he went for. 18 million euros. They bought Kone for 18 million euros. I remember in the summer saying, that's the sort of midfielder. I want a Locatelli. I want a Manu Kone, a Thuram who went to Juventus. These people were like 18 20 million. Madness. I'd love Kone. 18 million euros. He's played 36 games this year for Roma, so he's fit more often than not. 25 league games, 10 games in Europe, 2 games in domestic cups. He's got 6 caps for France. He's just got into the France squad over the last year or so. 18 million euros. Wow. Just wow. Marios, so Johnson needs coaching. I give him another season to see with another manager how good he is. He was class. And listen, I just don't think we're going to get a new manager. Stav, I said, read this and weep, Sav. Alanga and Hudson-Odoi cost less combined than Brennan Johnson. Yeah, it's scouting, isn't it? But again, Ange has clearly stated a number of times that Johnson was his number 1 target that summer. He wanted him at Celtic. He was his number 1 target. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, Rinketic, he's played, as I said to you, Rinketic, he's played 36 games in all competitions this season. And we're only in March. So he's well on course for 45, 46, 47 games. Ben said, I see Kuti as more of an enforcer, but a cultured centre-half next to him and he'll be decent. I agree. Your most rash centre-back should never be a leader. I agree, especially with his injury record. Ben, I agree. Absolutely agree with you, my man. Absolutely agree with you. He did start for France the other night. Ronnie has said 10 need to go. Davis, Radu, Reggie, Saab, Basuma, Lolo, Werner, Johnson, Richie, Tell, plus on loan Hill and Solomon. Yeah, I don't think Radu Dragosin needs to go. I want to see him with a proper manager that knows how to set his team up defensively. I think he's another one, gets harshly treated. If he made the mistakes that Romero made, he would be castrated. When Romero does it, everyone just sticks up for him. Reggie, yeah, time, yes, Saar, yeah, Basuma, yeah. Lolo, yeah, Werner, yeah, Johnson, I can't see him going anywhere. Richie, yeah, Tell on loan. Hill and Solomon will probably go, yeah. Listen, I don't disagree with most of that, if I'm brutally honest. I don't. I just think when people like Matt say 21 need to go, it's just a little bit too much, isn't it, Ronnie? Guys, tell you what's interesting about the centre-back position. Let's move this to Jed Spence from the interview he did on the Rio Ferdinand podcast. Rio Ferdinand Presents. Really good listen it was. Hopefully you all saw it. Big up to Anthony, just quickly. Super sticker. Thank you very much, Anthony. You are a legend. I'm not one that gets many super chats or members, so I do appreciate it when I get them. So thank you very much, buddy. It was interesting. They were asking about top centre-halves in the Premier League. And straight away, Jed Spence said Virgil van Dijk's the best. He then said Saliba. And then Rio went, anyone else? And he went Mickey van der Ven from Spurs. He's going all the way to the top. Never mentioned Romero. Never mentioned him at all. No one does. None of these top pros seem to mention Romero when talking about top defenders. Wonder why that is. What did you all make, before we go into detail, what did you all make of the hang on, who scored that goal? Is that Macedonia beating Wales? Oh, they did. Hang on. No, they didn't. Hang on. What's going on here in the last minute? Hang on. No. I've just seen the Wales equaliser in the 96th minute. What a horrendous bit of defending that was. Guys and girls, what did you think of the interview with Jed Spence? I thought it was very, very telling. I thought there was a lot of very interesting points made. Let me know what you thought. I thought it was very interesting that when asked about Maddison, he was saying he's a captain, he's a leader. He was saying how good he is with the younger players, puts his arm around people, he's texting people, he's praising them, he's bigging them up. And he said he's one of the best players in the league. I thought that was very interesting because most of our fans use James Maddison as an excuse at all times. Phil, but Phil, you want to spend 50 million on Tell. You want to spend 50 million. You want to spend 50 million on someone that will come good based off of not a lot. Again, Phil, you've been wrong all year about all these players you keep telling me are good. Listen, he could come good in a few years, but he's 19. He's done absolutely nothing in a Spurs shirt. Why would you want to spend 50 million of your transfer budget? Why? Why would you? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Again, when I say we've got what we want, it's comments like this. It's comments like this. Why would, for 50 million, think of what you could go across world football and get? Tell, he's a kid. He's another kid. It's a nice, it's another kid, Phil. Another kid. And we're not learning. We're not learning, are we? He'll come good. Gray will come good. Bergvall will come. How many years are we waiting for everyone to come good? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Where are we? Wasn't a fan of Jed wearing Sonny's inside. Listen, yeah, sure. I thought it was interesting, some of the things he said. Some of the things he said about Maddison. When pressed on leaders, did you see what he did? When pressed on leaders, Matt, Jed Spence in the dressing room, in the changing room. Archie Gray, when he was interviewed the other week, said the same thing about James Maddison, right? Matt, you're not listening. You're not listening. He said the same thing. Archie Gray said it when interviewed. Spencer's now said it, that he's the one in the dressing room that talks to the players. He's the one on the pitch talking, cajoling. Maybe Spence and Gray are wrong. I don't know. Maybe Spence and Gray are wrong. When you're saying he's not captain material, how do you know? Why are the Spurs players themselves saying it then, but you're saying he's not? And name me a top captain from the past you'd say fits Maddison's persona. I didn't say that at all. Again, you're waffling, Matt. You're doing what you normally do. You're just waffling. For me, I think he should. I think this manager has been absolutely dreadful with him. I think this manager's been dreadful the way he's treated James Maddison. Yes. Now, this was interesting. What he said, yeah. Mate, Terry, just quickly, I don't get it. I don't get it. Everyone is obsessed. Like this guy, obsessed. Yeah, let's just get another 19-year-old in there. Let's get another 19-year-old in there and be patient. Be patient. How many kids have we got to be patient with? How many kids? Matt said yes, because our Paul dressing room matters as a guy you want to go have a pint with. He's not someone to lead us out of battle. Sure, but that's not what Jed Spence and Archie Gray said. I'm not saying there shouldn't be another captain, but sorry, mate. If the players in the change room are saying it, sorry. Agreed, Kate. Too many prospects, not enough. Agreed. I'm bored of being told by fans to be patient. I'm so bored of it. Listen, I've got no problem having a few youngsters in the squad, but if you're telling me you want to spend 50 million of your budget on Matisse Tell, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll tell you what was very interesting yesterday, right? I'll tell you what was really interesting is what he said. What he said about when things aren't going well, when Spurs are under the cosh, when we're being attacked massively, does Ange give you the autonomy to change the tactics for 5 minutes and calm things down and dig in? And Spence said, nah. He said, we play his way. He's told us we have to play this way. Doesn't matter what happens. He said, and if we lose, he's not unhappy with us. He's unhappy with himself. And Rio Ferdinand couldn't believe it, could he? He was like, what? So the manager doesn't trust you enough that in game you can change some things yourself. It's madness. Absolutely madness. So he doesn't allow them to turn around and go, we're under the cosh here. Right, for 5 minutes, stop inverting, stop bombing 5 minutes, take your foot off the gas. Take your foot off the gas. Nope. Just keep playing that way. And again, players from within the dressing room saying it. Look at what Sonny and Maddison said to each other on the bench. Same thing every game. Look what Eric Dyer said. There's no tactics being coached. Like, I don't know what more evidence you need to see. Listen, he may well be. Look, he may well be worth 50 million in a few years. You're right. But you're right again. We don't need a few years. We need something now. Should never be a priority when we have clear holes in the squad that needs to be. I completely agree with you. Completely agree with you. Antoine, sorry, my man. I don't know what I'm reading there. Antonio says spend the money on a solid defensive midfielder who would plug the holes in midfield and progress the play. We really need one. We do. But Ange doesn't seem to want to play with one. And that's the worrying thing for me, Antonio. I could see this from the first 10 games of playing with him. This team needs a DM. This team needs a DM. Savva, Jed seemed like was no love lost between him and Conte. Yeah, I love when Rio asked him who he loses sleep knowing he's marking, and Jed said, no one. Yeah, confidence, but he's got to go and back that up, right? For as good as I think Jed Spence is, he has only played about 15 Premier League games, 16 Premier League games for Spurs. He's got to back that up. We've got to see a whole season of him. Got to see that consistency. Back to my favourite word, consistency. But I like Jed Spence. He's a good player. I think he's the best defensive defender at the club. Let's see. Let's see if he can do it consistently over time. Matt, you can't. No, that doesn't show the responsibility he's taking. It shows that it doesn't matter how bad we are. He just wants to keep doing the same thing. Matt, no, stop. It's very worrying. The whole thing is worrying. It's not, we lost, but don't worry. The manager took it on his shoulders week in, week out. No, change it up. Elijah, bang on, bang on, bang on. All the people that love Ange always seem to want to have a pop at Maddison. I know it's mad, isn't it? Andrew, so yeah, what he says proves the players ain't behind the manager's tactics. Listen, for me, I just think it's obvious. I get loads of guests that come on my show and go, but players have to take responsibility. The players should surely know that they stop doing that and do this. Jed Spencer sat there and told us all in an interview. The manager doesn't want them doing that. So what do we do? I mean, are we going to be like Matt and not believe someone inside the dressing room? Or are we just going to make things up? You know, it's mad, isn't it, mate? It's mad. Do I rate Kulu? Yeah, Kulu's a good player. Yeah, he's a good player. I don't go overboard. I don't go over. Oh, there's a pug. There's a pug. Hello, mate. Hello. Come on, Ed. Oh, there he is. Look, it's a pug. He's a pug. He's come to me to probably get 5-10 minutes away from the puppy. Hello, mate. Give me a kiss. Thank you. Always get a little kiss from my boy. Big up to Stewie. If everybody hasn't liked the show, I've just shown you a pug. A very old, well, he's 9. He's not that old, but I've just shown you a pug. If we can't get likes for pugs, what are we going to get likes for? We've got 134 likes, 315 of you in here. That's not 50%. Come on, guys. Let's smash that like button as he's now sitting on my lap. So if you see me doing this, I'm stroking the dog. All right. Let's have a look at some more comments, shall we? Kulu. I like Kulu, yes. I do feel that he's another one that our fans lose their minds over. I think he's a good player. I think with some better coaching, he could be much better. I think if you found a way to get both him and Maddison in the team, I'll show you what I mean. I always show this to people. Just imagine this says, imagine this is not Son, but it's Kulu. Imagine you had Maddison and Kulu behind Solanke. I think you've got a really good front three there. And then you've got the width from Adogi and Porro or Spence, whoever's there. For me, that is what I would do. I said this in the summer. Again, things like this said, but no, we want to continue to play inverted fullbacks. And it is what it is. So, yeah, I like Kulu. I think because I don't go overboard about people, I think people think I hate the players. So what I see leveled at me a lot, mate, is I see, Savva, you hate all the players, but then say we should do better. Don't hate all the players. I just don't do the thing that a lot of you do and go, he is world class. He's amazing. Where are we? Yes, Quinny. Absolutely, my man. We need a Wanyama back. No point in having youngsters if you don't have a coach that develops them. Absolutely. Absolutely. Philly said, big up, Matt. What Spence is saying is Ange has little to no in-game management, which in itself is shocking and unacceptable, as he doesn't know how to change the game. Completely agree. Chris said Ange threw Timo and Madders under a bus and even blamed the pitch the other week. He's taking responsibility. Really? This, Benjamin, Maddison is our only player who demands the ball. Absolutely. Sorry, I've got loads of pug hair on me. He is the only player that, give me the ball. I want the ball. I'll go and collect it. Now I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to go and get it back again. Our fans don't appreciate that. We want people like Saar that run around like headless chickens. Good morning, Lily White Lane. Good morning to you, my friend. How you doing this morning? Hope you're well. Vicky has said lots of Spurs fans say Ange doesn't talk and give direction from the touchline because he wants the players to figure it out. But now Spence is saying they are not allowed to change anything. Read between the lines. It's all there, isn't it? Terry, Savva, if we buy Tell for 50 million, we still need to pay 20 plus for Danso in the summer. How much more do fans think we're spending? Terry, I agree. So when people are giving it the old, Tell's only young, stick with him. Or go and get someone who's a bit more ready-made. Just for me, the Kulu Defence League. I agree, Ben. I agree, Ben. I think he's another player that with a better manager thrives. Listen, I think he's the best player we have. I agree. Listen, he'd be my captain because I don't think any of the others are. But we do need, you are right, we do need scout. Listen, I agree with some things you say, Phil, not others. It's just the way it is. You'll get more like Savva if you bring up a puppy, Stanley. Yeah, he's getting big, is Stanley. I don't know where he is. The fact that he's not run in here yet tells me he's probably having his fourth nap of the day by 11 a.m. God, he sleeps. Sorry, ignore my last typo. Now I need to go and see it. What was your typo? Kulu needs a better... Oh, Ellie, what you doing to yourself, love? What you doing? What worries you, Matt? Be more specific. Oh, he loves his Ange. He loves his Ange Postecoglou. Agreed. Wasted. Agreed. Makes our players worse. Absolutely. Yeah, I just thought it was a really interesting interview yesterday. I really, really did. Matt, no, what we must remember is that most coaches coach. This guy doesn't coach. You can call Ange arrogant and stubborn, sure, but he doesn't coach. No one's got better under him. Not one player in this squad you go, look how he's developed in 2 years. Not one. You can't name me one. No one else in here can name you one. Not one. Lily White Lane. I need to find a woman as loyal to me as Matt is to Ange. Oh, for sure. I get it, right? Matt's theory is 3 to 5 years any manager should get. I don't know where he's come up with this from. I like it as a number, like 3 to 5 years. Sure, but don't you have to do well in that first 2 years to get the 3 to 5 years? What I can never understand from people like Matt, he's 2 years in. What's different a year from today? Tell me what's different. Southampton shock clubs interested in Tyler Dibbling with valuation of more than 100 million. Jesus Christ. The world's gone mad. The world has gone utterly mad. But yeah, this was a worry. Cooley Bounty, this was a worry. That when he was asked about leaders in the dressing room, he just went, but remember again, Ange said he wanted to develop leaders. He didn't want to buy them. He said that, not me, not any of you. He said that. Big up Lily White Lane has said to give him 3 to 5 years We have to see signs that the project is working and there is improvements. Absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, we need to see that. I think it's basic. By the way, thank you. We're now only 5 subscribers away from 16,930. Help me out, guys. Edge me that a little bit closer, please, to the 17K. And one day we'll get there. It feels like this is my Everest, trying to get out of this 1,000. That tells me a lot of the players don't care. Most of them, in fact. Would you care playing for this manager? Matt, you do. The way you back him, you do. Matt, again, our cycle of sacking has got us nowhere. Neither is keeping bad managers. Yeah, but again, listen, I've got nothing against Sonny, but it's clicks, likes, and views. The other day, he did a video about Vuskovic saying, this guy is unreal. What did he say? We need to talk about Vuskovic or whatever. What he's doing is unreal. What is he doing? He's an 18-year-old, 17, 16-year-old on loan in Belgium. But again, this is what we do. Again, no offense. I like Sonny. He seems like a really nice guy. But Sonny, these people, Mitch, these people, they were telling us all in the summer that we were going to be second, third, or fourth. They were telling us that we had a great squad. I've got a video of Sonny Talk Spurs saying that we've strengthened really well. We've got a good squad. There's no reason we can't get third or fourth. But then they make videos like this and more people go, oh, they're positive. Well, they're not. It's just positive for positive's sake. Hey, each to their own. I've got nothing against him, by the way. He seems like a really nice guy. But I'd love to do a show with him because, yeah. And like Gary says, when does loyalty turn into blind devotion, regardless of what Ange does? It is. We're at the stage of blind devotion. Antonio said, after 18 months, you can tell if a manager improving the team. Fortunately, under Ange, the team is regressing. Completely agree. Absolutely. Darren said a decent manager doesn't need 3 to 5 years. Correct. Emery didn't need that long. Correct. Yeah. Correct. Hertzler's not needed 3 to 5 years. Eddie Howe didn't need 3 to 5 years. Emery didn't need 3 to 5 years. Iriola's not needed 3 to 5 years. Glasner's not needed 3 to 5 years. It's just apparently at Spurs that they need 3 to 5 years. I don't get it. Give a manager 3 to 5 years. I'd love a manager that comes to Spurs and is here for 10 years because they're here for a reason. Not just because, oh, let's do it. No one in any job gets 3 to 5 years. If they're doing a shit job, bang on, Ben. Bang on. Alex said, what do people make of Romero leaving for Argentina and suddenly being able to play 90 minutes? Yeah, listen, you didn't think it was going to be any different, did you, Alex? Surely you didn't think it was going to be any different. Come on, people. 3 more subscribers. 3 more subscribers. I'm going to put my link in the chat. 3 more of you can be nice. Let's have a nice day as Spurs fans. I've seen a lot of hate and abuse on the internet lately. Let's be a bit nice, shall we? Let's be a little bit nice to each other. They're just football opinions. There is the link. Please, if we can get another 3 or 4 subscribers, that would be absolutely amazing. And there is the link. There it is. Smash that button. I'm going to pin that link as well. So if anybody would be so kind to subscribe, that would be absolutely amazing. Ben said only Arteta had that much time. And what has he done? 800 million plus spent and no trophy since his first year. Yeah. And the trophy he won wasn't even with his own squad. No, Matt, they don't prove your point. Matt, please go and watch another channel. It's infuriating. Come on. Right, Matt, I'm going to say to you now, come on. If you don't come on, please stop coming to this show. It's getting infuriating. Poch and Redknapp did that in their coaching. The players got better. The team got better. The coaching got better. That's why Poch and Redknapp were here for between 3 and 5 years. You can't just get 5 years if you're doing badly. Surely you understand that. No, right, I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't do it anymore. Now I know why so many people say that they blocked him. It's absolutely shocking. Exactly, Terry. Exactly. I don't understand what is so hard to understand. Those managers came in did well, so they stayed for a number of years. Managers who don't do well move on. Big up to the coffee company. There we go. Please subscribe to my man, Ben. Ben, I'll try and get you a few. I'm struggling to get my own, if I'm honest. But big up to you. I loved Redknapp. Top manager. Okay, I reckon about 2 years. I reckon he joined at the same time Ange did. Danny, this doesn't get talked about enough. It doesn't get talked about enough. He doesn't know his midfield, does he? He doesn't know his midfield. Bobby K in the house. If I don't say hello to Bobby, I get called racist. He'll be texting me abuse. Big up to you, Bobby. How you doing, man? Much love to you out there in Canada. I know Lee, but I want him to come on and explain it to me. I know Lee. I just want him to come on and explain it to me. I just don't understand how he doesn't get it that Potts and Redknapp didn't just get given 3 to 5 years for fun. They got given 3 to 5 years because their teams were doing that. It's really, really not that difficult to understand. Big up to you, Lee. How you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Lily White Lane said, why is it that all these Anginas were screaming for Conte out a few years ago? It's mad. Matt, I don't believe it. Sorry, mate. You don't seem to know anything about Redknapp's time here or Poch's time here or Yoel's time here. You don't get it. And it is your mate. Your mate's turned up just in time to help you out. Big up, Dan Skyline. How you doing, brother? I'm very well, mate. I'm very well. Just trying to creep towards that 17K. And it's just taking forever and ever and ever and ever. We're 74 away. We're trying. We're trying. I know, Bobby. I've learned my lesson. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Bobby. Archer said, I just enjoyed watching DVDs of 09-10 and 10-11 on a Redknapp. Proper footy. Proper footy. Yeah, I watched this kid the other day. Looks like he's got a good career in front of him. Again, same with any young player. Give them game time, let them learn, let them develop, coach them, and let's see where they are. But yeah, he was he looked good the other day. Came on as a sub in the first game, didn't he? And then I thought he looked good the other day. Got a really good goal against Scotland as well. Where are we? Jeremy has said you have Poch begging to come back and leaving Enoch are holding on to Ange like an old coat. Get him out. Big up to each and every one of you. What are we doing on the likes front? Oh, nearly at 200, 176 likes. Big up to each and every one of you. And thank you to everybody that got Luke. I think he's just got to 50 or just under. So thank you very much to all of you. Where are we? Ben has said Redknapp had the team playing within 5 games. Redknapp's first 2 games for Spurs, win, draw. One was away at Arsenal. Straight away came in. Change the confidence, change the mood, change the style, got us playing. Savva, if Ange wins the Europa League, you have to get Romero on the back of a Spurs shirt. Sure. There you go. If Ange wins the Europa League, I will buy an official shirt from the club shop, giving Daniel Levy money, and it will have Romero on the back. Yeah? Phil, deal. There you go, deal. Danny has said if he's given any more time after this season, then we're playing the likes of Millwall and Pompey in 2 years. Yeah, listen, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Lily White Lane saying, each to their own, Matt. But what do you see from Ange to make you think he's the right man? I'm all for giving a manager time if we can see we're spot on. You say it calmer than me. Listen, I agree. Because I differ on views. If Ange had 2 seasons like this, I'd want him gone. A very solid 5th. But Matt, it's been 18 months of this now. It's been 18 months. When you say it's not been doom and gloom, literally 10 good games at the start of his tenure. The games since then have been utterly diabolical, Matt. So again, you're not being truthful again. Rangers to win the Europa. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Rangers won the Europa? Fair play to them. Look at, we're about to give Bobby K some love, are we? Morning, Bobby. Bobby, you legend. Oh, Bobby K. Oh, I'm Canadian. Bobby K. Bobby, if you're up, come on. I haven't chatted to you for ages. If you're up and you want to come on. Don't get the player name Savva players leave within. No, mate, I think it's just to say that I don't think it will happen. So it's kind of like a forfeit. I don't buy football shirts and definitely don't put players' names on the back. So, yeah, I think that's what that's about. We had 20 games of it last year. Now 38 games of it this year. That's 2 seasons. I know, mate. I know. It's everybody in here, I think, can see it other than Matt, which is funny. Big up Savva. Ugh. How narcissistic. Big up Corey. How you doing, man? How you doing? Jeremy said home to Chelsea last season was our downfall. Haven't been competent since. Bang on. That's the day I went, nah. That's the day I went, nah. This is not a good manager. And as everybody knows, there it is. This was the day. Look at that. Look at that. You got 8 outfield players and you stuck 7 of them on the halfway line. I mean, you just can't write stupidness like that. You just can't. No one does that. No one does that. Definitely not getting a tattoo. Definitely no to the tattoos. No to the tattoos. Thank you to whoever just subscribed. We're now only 3 away from 16,933 away. For anyone that hasn't subscribed, please do. Kudos said you're supposed to improve year on year. If you aren't, something's wrong. It's not rocket science, right? It's not. It's really not rocket science. Hey, I don't know whether maybe it is rocket science for some people. Maybe it is rocket science. This is a manager that's paid apparently £5 million a year, and he's not improving players and he's not improving the team. I mean, so what do people want? I don't understand. People used to have standards. People used to want their club to get better. Now we just seem to be happy for them to get worse. Ben said first team in the Prem to go to the first 10 unbeaten, not finish in the top 4. We're always setting records, aren't we? We're always setting records, Benny boy. Yes, we are. Big up, Corey. How's the chat doing? Come on, chat. Answer, Corey. How are we all doing? Big up, Alfie. Here's barbaric disdain. Said, Ange breaking every record at the club. We don't want breaking, but give him 3 to 5 years. Mind-blowing. It is. But again, people like Matt don't want what's best for Tottenham. What it is they're scared that they've been so fiercely wrong. They're scared of saying, I was wrong. Yeah. Yeah, but you want stability when we're going backwards. That's not stability. You want stability in the wrong way, mate. That's the problem. Sorry, man. Sorry, Dan. Big up to Demetrius. I said, saw Brendan yesterday playing for Wales. If that player's worth 45 million, then anyone paying that amount for him, being the scouts or the manager, should get the sack. Completely agree. Alex said, you can argue we need stability, but is stability continuously hiring your 5th to 9th choice coach, him ending up not being good enough and only keeping him because you're tired of sacking coaches? This is the thing, Alex. I understand, right? That people are bored of sacking coaches. I understand that. I do. I also understand that when a manager's bad, he's got to go. That's just as simple as it is for me. Anton has said, like a salesman selling 10 houses in 6 months, they're not selling a house for 12. Anton, whatever analogy you come up with, it's right. Yeah. In terms of if I performed this badly in my job as Ange had, I would have been sacked 18 months ago. But you've got people, as I said, we've got fans like Matt that Matt wants us to keep getting worse. Mark Schwarzer told Ange's style of football would not work in the Prem. Only took 18 months to prove him right. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Ellie, if Ellie's giving you a chat now, Matt, then you know it's true. You've got to listen to Auntie Ellie. Said, if you want stability, Matt, you surely don't want to see 15 defeats with a tactical system that puts excess stress on our players and hence so many injuries forced by all the recovery runs. Bang on, Ellie. Absolutely bang on. Bang on. Absolutely. Ellie, I've said the same thing. I'm all for 3 to 5 years of a manager. I need to see that we've improved in year 1, improved in year 2, improved in year 3. At the moment, we're going, bub. But hey, Wonder if Spence isn't doing what Ange says, which would be his behavioural issues, and also the reason he is currently our best player. I don't know. Yeah. Reezy, this isn't the first hurdle, mate. It's been 18 months. He's lost 27 of 57 games in the league. It's not a hurdle. Yeah, Elijah, I agree. I get it. I get it. I get what they are, but I agree with you. They're employees. If they're not good enough, you get sacked. Guys, who here has been sacked from a job? Whether you were a youngster, older, whatever, who has been sacked for poor performance? Actually, you might not want to answer that. But everyone experienced it in their life. When I was a kid, I was sacked from a job. Terrible performance. No one was sitting there give him 3 to 5 years. Do you know what I mean? Hey, it is funny. Mix Mitchell, I don't know what they need to see. It is what it is. Lee is the perfect employee. I had heard such rumors. I had heard much rumors. Bobby, we'll have to do it another day. I'm ending in about 10 minutes, mate. I'm not going to go forever today. I've got a show at 7 with Luke. The only bit I'm going to read on that is he will metaphorically die on his sword. He stayed true to his methods, but his methods are absolutely diabolical. Ben, absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. Juventus have only lost 3 games. They've already replaced Motta, who is getting more draws than IKEA. That's a mentality of a big club who wants to progress. Yeah. Can you imagine if Matt was a fan of Juve? He'd be in the Juve chats going, oh, but we've got to keep him. We've got to keep him. We've got to keep the manager. It doesn't matter. Yeah, listen, big clubs do it. Big clubs. Look at Man United. Man United have just moved on Ten Hag, who won them 2 trophies. Big club mentality. Spurs, we have a fan base that wants to keep a manager that has lost 15 games in 29 and 27 league games in 57. It is beggars belief. It really, really does. Always, man. Always, man. Always, always. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Mikhail said, I don't have an issue backing a manager and the willingness to give them time. I have an issue with backing Ange. Yes. Mikhail, yes, this is what I've been saying. Yes, Mikhail, we agree. You know, we agree on this. We agree on this. I'm all for giving managers time. Look at Emery at Villa. Is this now his 3rd season at the club? Why is he getting for a 3rd season at the club? Because he's taking them to there. They're now in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They're in the quarterfinals. They're going, It's not rocket science. Do well at your job. Stay. Don't do well. Leave. It really is that simple. I don't want Motta as my manager, but I would want him over Ange. There's a huge difference. He's not on my list, but yeah. Savva, we all want better, and we all still cheer on our team come match day. Still, but we can get behind Ange's tactics, as that would be totally just on. Listen, completely agree with you. I can't get behind the manager that doesn't want the best for the team. If he wanted the best for the team, he would never have said after Brighton, we didn't want undeserved points. I mean, madness. Yeah, who's doing that? Who's doing it, Ben? Who's doing it, guys? I don't want any talk of other YouTubers. Yeah, I don't want. Listen, if you're going to talk about them nicely or mention something they've said, fine. But can we not put other YouTubers down? I don't want my channel to do that. I don't want my channel. Listen, I'll always say this. I'm comfortable enough in my football content and my ability to sit here for an hour and 15, hour and a half, 2 hours and talk to you lot about football that we don't need to cuss and abuse other YouTubers. Please, I don't want that in my chat. I will not be bringing up any comments that cuss other YouTubers. For example, when I talked about Sonny Spurs, Sonny Talk Spurs, I'm not cussing him. I'd want to work with him. As I've said, I don't agree with him. I'd like to work with him. Just let's keep it to football, please. Thank you very much. Let's just keep it football. All right. There's so much hate in this world. Surely we could just talk football and not listen. Anybody watch whatever channels you want. Anybody watch whatever channels you want. I'm not here to tell anybody what channels to watch. I am actively saying watch as many YouTube channels as you can about Spurs. I think it's the best way you get well-rounded views, right? I don't think it should be an echo chamber. I don't think it should just be everybody in this little bubble. So that's my opinion on it. That's all I'm going to say, and we're going to move on. You're too based for YouTube, mate. I see what you mean. In the world of wokeness, look, as I said, I've always been the same. Can I tell you the one thing that winds me up? What I'm accused of, Mix Mitchell. I'll tell you what winds me up, which really winds me up. And it winds up people that know me personally as well, believe it or not. I'm always told that I've only got this opinion, whatever that opinion is, for money, for likes, for views, for YouTube. Anybody who knows me, and I mean properly knows me well, knows this is how I am, knows this is how I will talk away from YouTube. I'm constantly, I see it all the time. Oh, Savva's toxic. He does it for the money. Well, listen, I'm a YouTuber, so I am going to make money. Yes. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. But these are my views. Let me tell you something about how YouTube works. Let me dispel this myth that you keep being told by people that people like me make more money from negativity. The biggest Spurs YouTube channels out there are more positive than me. I would be a bigger Spurs YouTube channel if I was more positive. Right? If I was more positive. If I came on it and just said, I love Ange, I love the tactics, I love every player, Romero's great, I would have loads more people. And some fans want that. Cool. Go and watch those channels. No problem at all. There's so many channels to watch. Some fans, don't want that. Some fans don't want that. So they want critique. I think that if you start a football channel, I started a football channel to talk football. I want to talk tactics. I want to critique players and managers. I will praise when it's due. I will critique when it's due. I want to talk transfers. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not narcissistic that I think everyone should agree with me. Yes, I will debate anybody. That doesn't mean I think everyone should agree with me. I'd hate it if everyone agreed with me. Look how much I love the banter back and forth with Matt, for example. I'd hate it if everyone in my chat just said, yeah, Savva, yeah, you're right. I hate that. Let's have different opinions. It's fine. Guys, it's football. It's football, man. It's football. Right? It's football. Let's stop the hate on each other. Let's stop the abuse on each other. It's football. I got people messaging me every day going, so-and-so said this about you, that. I don't need to know. It's fine. Let them. Right? Let them. It's all good. Let's just talk football. If people don't want to join in, fine. There's other channels. If people want to join in, fine. Then welcome. It's really that simple. Done a lot of thinking on this in the last 6 months. Done a lot of thinking on this. And look, people talk about the word narcissistic with everybody, but look, I think you have to have a bit of an ego as a YouTuber, right? For the fact that any of us that are on YouTube, I don't just mean football. Anybody who goes on YouTube and goes, I'm going to put my face on that camera. We've got to have a little bit of ego about us to go, you know what? Yeah. Because essentially what we're saying is, I think people want to hear what I've got to say. That's what all of us are doing, right? I'm going to put my thoughts on camera because I think many people will like it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. You also have to believe in your own opinion. Sure, you've got to. If I came on here and every opinion I had, I went, yeah, you're right, I'm wrong. Yeah, you're right, I'm wrong. Wouldn't be much of an opinion, would it? So, look, I just think everybody just needs to calm down a bit. I think there's been a lot flying around in Spurs land the last couple of weeks. Let's just all relax. There's a lot of room for people to watch whoever they want to watch. People telling, don't watch them, don't do this, don't do. Just let's all calm down. Yeah. Have a breather. And just remember, this is about men or women kicking a bit of leather on some grass, right? Right, this is just about men and women kicking a football around on a little bit of grass. I think the moment that the way everyone's got so personal with each other is unbelievable. The things I've heard about me in the last 2 weeks, I'm showing my wife going, look at this. And she's like, what is going on? Why are you being called a CUNT like 100 times in an hour? I don't know. It's football. She hasn't even called me that many times since we've been married. So look, everybody just take a breather. I think everyone calm down. You've got millions of people to watch. You've got people who want to talk. Let's have a look at it. You've got people. Look at We Are Tottenham TV. You get the mix. You got Sim, very pro Ange. Yeah. You got Ben, who isn't. You got that balance. You got all sorts of conversation going there. Subscribe to them. Look at Sean Butler. Sean Butler. I agree with a lot of what Sean says. I disagree with a lot Sean says. It's why we've had so many rows and debates over the years. He comes at it from a different point of view. He likes talking about the financial side of things and the regulations. Great. Brilliant. Subscribe to that. It's good to get that in you, right? Tottenham away. Tottenham away. Very much a Levy out channel. Very much geared around that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Look at the insight you get. Look at when Iggy talks. Lee, Maz, Stel, JP. Really good football chat. You know, Tottenham on tour. You know, Ben and his channel. You know, I mean, there's too many to there's too many to mention. But you know, I think it's important. Go and watch Jacob. Go and watch Hotspur Hippie. Go and watch. I don't know. Go and watch all of them. Go and watch everybody. I think it's really important to watch everybody. And what I think is important as well is just because you're in somebody's chat, right? Sorry for the rant. Just because you're in somebody's chat doesn't mean that the person that every other YouTuber needs to be berated. I see screenshots that are sent to me that so-and-so's live and everyone in their comments is going, yeah, Savva's a prick. It's like, why does it have to be that? What, because of my football opinion means a whole room of people need to just abuse and berate? Look, there's enough YouTubers out there. There's enough YouTubers out there for Spurs, for whatever, to just have football chat. It doesn't need to be. For me, I think if any YouTuber, for me, first of all, keep it football. If you're going to do a football channel, talk football. There's no need to abuse. There's no need for people in the chat to abuse. There's no need for everybody to go and troll people. Let's just keep it bloody football. Anyway, over and out on that one. Big up Ellie, who said, you and I, Savva, like I said before, have differences of opinions. We do. Fans support the club how you wish. It's your right. If others abuse you in a nasty way, no, sure, look, I'm just saying we need to get to the point where not just YouTubers, but all the viewers as well, that it doesn't have to be, oh, Savva doesn't like Ange, he's a prick. Like, whoa, like everyone in the chat going, yeah, Savva's a dick. So it's like, whoa. I go in, like, even if I go into We Are Tottenham TV, if I'm a guest on there, everyone in the chat, this guy's a dick, he's a prick, he's not. It's like, what on earth is going on? How have we got to a stage in life where everyone is called names because of their opinion? I've been guilty of it. Not an angel, been guilty of it. But surely we can't live like that, can we? Look, Luke and I are going to have some conversation later. I know we've got very different opinions on the manager. Imagine he comes on my show and I just abuse him, berate him. It's just not the way, is it? It's just not the way. Facts, I'm a mod on Side's channel, and before you took the break, I remember his chat being awful. It just seems mad. If you like, I remember when I was on Football Terrace, big up to Terry Flewers, by the way. I would say go and subscribe, but I mean, he's like 1 million subscribers, so he's doing pretty well. You know, I remember I'd say, oh, Arsenal won't win the league. Every person in the chat, this prick, he's Spurs, he doesn't understand football. And you're like, what? Because I don't think Arsenal will win the league, that they didn't win the like. And then I've got Spurs fans telling me that I'm twerking for Arsenal. I've got Spurs YouTubers telling the world that I wanted Man City to beat Spurs last year so Arsenal didn't win the league. And I never, ever said that, ever. Not once did I ever. So please don't just believe everything you hear. Yeah? I'm not a City till July fan. I've never said I want Man City to beat Tottenham. I have predicted that Spurs will beat Man City. I've never said I want them to. So for me, just everybody in this space. I did a video about this the other week, about a month ago. Everyone just needs to relax. It's so poisonous right now. Antonio said, I watch 90% of Spurs channels, regardless of opinion. The difference of opinion sometimes opens scope for development. Of course. Yeah. Typical Mark. Typical. What's going on here? Savva, what do you think needs to happen at Spurs to get a united fan base and behind the team without inflating players to world class and saying everyone who's had a bad day is crap? You'll never get it. I don't think anything will happen. The only way, in a way, the only way will be if you get another Poch-like figure that comes in and does brilliantly. But even then, what will happen is everyone will say every player is world class. But I do agree with you. I don't think that, as I said, I don't think the players are as great as many make out, and I don't think they're as bad as many make out. I think we've got a good enough squad, and I think we should be doing better. It doesn't mean I think every player's great. It doesn't mean I think every player's crap. There are players I think are crap. There are players I think are great. But every player doesn't need to be in between. As I said, look at all these videos that go round. This 17-year-old is going to rip apart the Premier League. It's based off nothing. It's based off nothing but hope. And that's fine, but we pass it off as fact. Here's Antonio, I agree. I like this channel as I'm trying to understand why some of our fans are so adamant on sacking the manager already. Reezy, now you're trolling. Now you are trolling. Look, there are so many Spurs channels I could have mentioned there, by the way. I think it's really important. I've always plugged every other Spurs channel. I've always plugged it. Always plugged it. Yeah, you know I have. Whoever I'm on with, please subscribe to them. I'm asking for channels I don't even support. Just subscribe to everyone. Guys and girls, I'm going to leave it there today. I've got a show at 7 p.m. tonight. Thank you for all the subscribers today. We are going to end 3 subscribers short of 16,930, which was today's target, but it is what it is. I am live at 7 tonight with Luke. So please join us later tonight. He's just started his channel. Please subscribe to him if you haven't already. It really, really does help. It really, really does. And I'm just going to put his link in again, see if we can get any last minute. Here we go. Spotlight on Spurs. There we go. Luke from Spotlight on Spurs. We've managed to get him to 50 subscribers, which is absolutely testament to all of you guys. Thank you so much. He's got his first proper show tomorrow with George from Durag Diaries, another great content creator. Again, George and I don't agree on everything, but I love having football chats with him. There is the link. There is the link, people. If you could subscribe to Luke, we'll be here live tonight at 7 p.m. And then tomorrow morning, I've got Mickey P. Kerr, who was a finalist, a comedian and finalist on Britain's Got Talent. He's written a book about football and the greed in football. So he's going to come on tomorrow and talk to us tomorrow morning about that book. So I'm looking forward to that one as well. Take care, everyone. Much love. See you later. And as always, come on, you Spurs.